Welcome to Protest Updates. Day 1, Day 2 is over, and today marks the third day of the End Bad Governance protest in Nigeria. So, if you stay with me to the end, you'll be seeing everything that happened within the FCT. I was able to cover almost every part of FCT to report exactly what happened on the first day, the second day. And in this video, you're going to come across every reaction from protesters and the behavior of Nigerian police, the thugs that were recruited by whoever to attack the protesters, those that were paid by some group or government to destabilize the protest, and all of that. You will come across all of this. So stay with me and we'll be breaking this all down. Now, it happened in Nyanya, where there was the Nigerian police station was set ablaze. And it happens that at Kubo, the protesters wanted to access FCT and they were stopped by the security agency. And this never sit well with them until later in the evening before they were allowed into the city. From the places of Kurudu to Nyanya, there were a lot of gyration around the streets, and that you can see on the screen playing. Now, moving on to the day 2, I was able to move to the secretariat of where it was restricted from and protesters, and down to Metama, everywhere was quiet. But getting to Beggar roundabout, where people were gathering as of yesterday to start the protest, we had Deji, we also have a very dark man who was there trying to address the press. At that time, the police came and started throwing tear gas. Everybody ran for their life. You know that once they start throwing tear gas, the next thing that will happen is accidental discharge. So everybody dispatched from that place. And upon reaching the National Stadium, at first the place was quiet, but later on people began to turn up at the National Stadium. But they still refused to get into the stadium. They decided to stay outside the stadium to make their demands known to the government. However, this is a video that I needed you to watch closely to understand what is actually happening in FCT and Lagos.
5,000. They gave me day before yesterday. Yes. For this upper resettlement town hall. They gather people. They give them 5,000, and I am among. I'm KK people. I'm KK man. I carry many people go there, and they give them 5,000, and I am the person that they give 5,000 naira. They lecture us that time, say, don't go to protest because
who gave you 5,000 naira?
I don't know the name of the person because I don't know them. They just come and with this this chairman, Amak chairman, he visited the place and they give people 5,000. Anybody. They will not count. Anybody will reach that, they will give him 5,000.
Now, this man is saying that he was paid at a poor settlement and that he was given 5,000 naira in order not to join the protest. Who are those giving this money? And again, if you look at it carefully again from what Deji said in our last video, which you can find here, you know, it talks about thugs. And according to this guy, he said they were paid not to join the protest, and as well as trying to discredit the peaceful protest going on in FCT. You can see. So who are those behind this? He mentioned a particular chairman. You know, he alleged that he visited the venue and all of that. So the question now is this: who is actually sponsoring the thugs? Over to Lagos.
For this, thank you very much.
So there we have it.
I'm coming back here tomorrow. Let them come with their squad. If they kill me tomorrow, millions of me is out there fighting for the freedom of this country.
In this particular video that you saw just a minute ago, you discovered that there was a young man speaking to the camera, and all of a sudden somebody gave him a slap. Can you imagine? And if you look closely, you will see one of the paramilitary personnel that was there was walking away. This will now bring me to the fact that what is actually going on in Nigeria? Could it be that the people that gathered around that place cannot hold this guy, probably, and bring him to justice by handing him over to the police or the army, and then just let the young man move away from that place just like that after giving somebody a slap? You can imagine. Are these the people that the government are talking about that they will hijack the protests? And this is a reason why personally I've been advocating. Since they agree that protest is a fundamental right and that people have the right to protest in a democracy, so why don't you provide the security to guide these people as they protest across the nation? But they seem to believe that what is the essence of the protest? You ought not to protest at all. But they were the masterminders of protest in the past. So looking at this carefully, this young man will not be arrested. He will not be prosecuted because he is trying to stop people from protesting. Yes. So from political spectrum, some wings, some people will believe that this guy might have been sponsored by the government. Just like the young man said earlier, that they were giving 5,000. So he might even be part of those that have received money from either the government or some group supporting the government to discredit the protest by going around slapping people, hitting people who are peacefully protesting. You keep seeing pictures and video from the Nigerian police force, from the Nigerian army, where they are saying that for those who are for peace, they are with them. And they are, snapping pictures alongside with people and generating. Those are the protesters. And they are the ones that are not causing mayhem. But among them, there are people being paid either by the government or some groups supporting the government to discredit the peaceful protests, of which the security agency are supposed to protect these people, as well as trying to arrest anybody who want to discredit the peaceful movement. But since they don't want any form of protest, they will do nothing. Let's not forget that in 2023, during the presidential election, we have MC Olumo, who was on camera standing right in front of a police officer warning people, if you are not voting APC, you get out of this place. And what did the police officer do? What did he do? He was just looking at him. In fact, was tapping him from behind. He's okay. What happened in a town hall meeting where he was saying, if you know you don't vote for us, do not come outside. If not, you collect wotu. What happened? Was he arrested? Was there any form of persecution? What happened to all the people who came out to frustrate, to flog, to beat the hell out of people during the election? They were on cameras. They are walking freely. They are recognized with the government of the day. But what happened? Nothing. So same thing is happening here in this protest ground. So it looks like anything that have to do with a support to the government, whether the government is doing right or wrong, it is welcome. But when you say no to the government, then you'll be in the net of the police, the DSS, or even the Nigerian army. In our next video, I will bring to you how the journalists are being attacked, being beaten, being tear gas, as well as their phones and cameras being seized in FCT. Stay with me as I try my best to bring across to you all that is happening in Nigeria as of today. Thank you for watching.